Sanibona, ngaphambi singene kwivideo namuhla, ngithi angithathe lethuba ngibonge i-support nothando enikhombise lona lingaphezu kokucabanga kwethu. Siyacela niqhubeke nisupporte njalo ngokubuka amavideo ethu, ungakhohlwa ukukhomenta, ushare, ulike. Siyafisa ukuzwa umbono wakho. Sicela ke singene kwivideo namuhla.
Into engiyithanda ngeSouth Africa yethu ekhululekileyo ukuthi noma ubani uyakwazi ukubeka umbono, akukhathalekile ukuthi unolwazi ngento okukhulunywa ngayo noma kanalo ulwazi, as long as ene-platform unalo ilungelo lokubeka umbono. Futhi asidinge kwazi ukuthi lo mbono awubekayo uyiqiniso kangakanani, nanokuthi unamthelela muni kubantu abawulalele, akukhathalekile as long as lowo muntu ene-platform. Ngikusho lokhu ngoba emveni kokuba uformer president we-country president womkhonto wesizwe uJacob Zuma ememezela ukuthi useqoke i-presidential task team kungabantu abazolekelela yena, wachaza nomsebenzi abazowenza. uNhlamulo Ndlela national spokesperson we-MK Party uthe kwabezindaba,
I'm going to allow, as per the request from the chair, questions 2 or 3 max pertaining to the PTT, and then we close this. But at this point, I'm not even sure what you're going to ask, because we've said, there's going to be a presentation of the PTT charter at a later stage. So that you don't say that we invited you and don't even give you an opportunity to ask on the subject matter.
okusho ukuthi bekuseyisigaba sokuqala lesi sokuthi bazise umphakathi namalungu omkhonto wesizwe phathi ukuthi sekuqokwe i-presidential task team, kodwa ukuthi izobe ilawulwa yimiphi imithetho, inhloso yayo enkulu izobe kuyini, izohamba kanjani, ifike phi, ngoba kufanele ibe nemithetho ezokwazi ukuyilawula ukuze nabo mangabe besebenza basebenze bazi ukuthi basenza phansi kwayiphi imgomo nemibandela, into abafuna ukuyizuza yipi, basazoyipresenta lona. Okusho ukuthi nje lilonke akekho umuntu onolwazi oluphelele ukuthi kahle kahle kwenzakalani, ongaphandle mhlawumbe ongeyona imember ye-National High Command. Akekho umuntu ongathi ngempela lona unolwazi oluphelele ukuthi kahle kahle kuyikona okwenzakalayo nanokuthi izosebenza kanjani le presidential task team. Akekho, ngoba yena uformer president we-country president womkhonto wesizwe phathi ukhulume kanje.
They are going to be playing a very important role in terms of helping and adding to what we say. As I said, for an example, I might be here in Durban, I might be in Johannesburg, I might be in Cape Town, I might be everywhere. So it is important that I have a team that can be on the job all the time, helping me so that we are not lagging behind. That's what we wanted to make known, so that we shouldn't say, who are these guys, where do they come from? For an example, people who come to me in Nkandla in big numbers. They come to me to talk to me, to ask, what is this, what is that? Alone, I can't handle that. I need a committee that must be able to deal with that. If there was an issue in any place or whatever, they are there. It's as simple and clear as it is. There's nothing hidden about it. I will be working with them. They will be reporting to me. I will therefore know what is happening. If I get a message that there's something at a particular place, I'm able to say, please reach there, correct this. Doing it because it is clear to me, if you see the number of people who come to Nkandla, that there are so many people, we can meet them halfway and discuss the issues, deal with the issues, be able to deal with every other thing. It's as simple as that, my good sister.
uMashiyane we-politically incorrect ufonele uJabulani Khumalo ukuthi akaphawule mayelana nalolu daba lokuqoka kwe-presidential task team. Nokhumalo naye wabeka umbono wakhe. Kodwa-ke angizukusho lutho-ke ngalokho, kodwa uKhumalo akasilunga lomkhonto wesizwe party ngokwazi kwami. Futhi uKhumalo akayona imember ye-National High Command, abantu abangase babe nolwazi olunzulu ngalento le elontshwayo. Even nale charter yakhona ukuthi izopresentwa later on. Mhlambe ezobe umhlahlandlela ukuthi le presidential task team izobe isebenza kanjani. Angikholwa ukuthi uke wayibona noma uyayazi, kodwa laba baku-National High Command ngiyasola bayayazi. Kodwa na ubekile umbono wakhe. Yena mayibeka umbono ukhulume kanje.
Leader, for giving me the opportunity. No, as I said before, Zuma had always wanted to put his son in the forefront of the MK. He tried it before, but because the two twins could not tolerate each other, so he had to sacrifice Duduzane and keep Duduzile closer. But now is that Duduzile has gone out due to the trafficking of the people to Russia. Now Duduzane is being announced as a convoy or a presidential task team, which is totally lies. He's just putting him in, but he wants a better way to do it, because I had already announced that he's going to be the first deputy to the party. So being a team, part of the team, is exactly that, as you have heard him saying that this team is going to run parallel to him. When he's in another space, they will take another space. But what he's saying is that Duduzane will be exposed more to the ground, so that when he takes over, it will be easy for everybody to understand.
Allow me to do this. I want just for the audience, for the sake of the audience, so they understand. In the press conference, Nhlamulondlela said this case is closed, and when I reached out to other sources within and around MK, they were all afraid to come and speak on the public platform, because they closed these ranks, because they know that, of course, people will start wondering what is the specific role. Zuma tried to specify that specific role, but it wasn't clear, because everyone in South Africa can actually see. I want you to assist us in determining uMaphumulo, the gentleman that is leading. uMaphumulo is a ward councillor, and I think if he's a ward councillor, he's deployed somewhere. Does that give space to Duduzane whenever they're doing rounds all over South Africa, like he says, Umsholozi, where he will not be available? Do you think, or do you see anyone being more prominent or taking the leadership roles? Because this presidential team were just given a leader, and the others, we don't know what they do. Do you know anything, and what is the actual leadership composition of this, besides what we have seen?
Well, to be honest, I just got it from the news. I wasn't able to watch the press briefing, but from my understanding is that the councillor, is just the stooge being put up there just to make sure that people don't understand the chess master, what he's doing. Because Zuma, they call him a chess master. So he's trying to play chess here. But in essence, Duduzane is the leader of this, meaning that Duduzane is now above Mzobe. He's the one that's taking that space, and also he's taking the space of Yengeni, because remember, Yengeni is supposed to be running exactly the same thing that Zuma is saying the task team will be doing. Now he has demoted Tony Yengeni and put his son up, but in a form of a team, a task team, so that people do not see that Yengeni is no longer important, but the son is important through the task team. That's the chess it's playing.
So this renders Comrade Tony Yengeni and Comrade John Judge Klope as useless, because even though they had Umzobe who was leading the presidential office, now they've got a team that is going to be saying everything. So they will be repeating the voice of Jacob Zuma. Wherever they go, they can drop the name of Jacob Zuma and things will open. And this will absolve Zuma to say, no, it's not me who told them to do that. But those people will be in trouble if they don't follow the lead of what this presidential team has done. Am I putting it the way people are reading it? Because I'm reading from social media.
Exactly. You're 100% correct. And I've also got some few comments from the social media. Comrades have been talking about this, that they understand what is happening and they are not in support, and they are not going to support Zuma with his crazy ideas.
Umbuzo sengizibuza wona manje othi gazi sothi sifike esigabeni lapho khona beyo introduce khona le charter abathe basazoyi-introduce, ukukhuluma kuyobe kungakanani? Ngoba ngokwe-understanding yami, mhlawumbe kwenziwa ukuthi angiyanga esikoleni isilungu angisazi, kodwa ngokwe-understanding yami ngizwa sengathi labantu they'll be on the ground, yibona laba bazo-attend iy'nkinga ukuze kunqamuke labantu abathi uma beney'nkinga bezenkandla, kodwa kunalokho kuzophuma abantu bahambe bayo-attenda leyo nkinga leyo esuke ikhona, ixazululeke. Labantu laba bathatha i-report bayise back kuZuma. Akukho la kuye kwathiwa khona i-presidential office la kuseva khona uMagasela Mzobe izodissolve ukuthi ayisezukuba bikho. Angazi uKhumalo ukuthathaphi, mhlawumbe unolwazi engenalo mina noma esingenalo mina nawe, ngoba mina nawe sazi lokho esitshelwe khona ku-press briefing. Okokuqala lokho. Okwesibili, uthi uKhumalo akayibukanga le press briefing, uyithole ku-social media, kodwa unembono engaka ngayo. Leyo nto ingenze ngadideka kakhulu, ingakho ngithe mangiqala ngathi into enhle ngesikhathi esiphila kuso, noma ubani unombono, akukhathalekile ukuthi unolwazi olungakanani nge-subject akhuluma ngayo ngaleso sikhathi, kodwa ngoba une-platform unawo umbono. Angazi lokho kwenziwa yini, angifuni buqamba manga, kodwa nje ngishola ukuthi-ke zonke lezi zinto ziyangidida mina, ngoba okokuqala ukuthi izosebenza kanjani le task team, silinde ukuthi basethulela usuku la kuzothiwa khona nansi i-charter, nansi imigomo nemibandela, izosebenza kanjani, izosebenza nama-structures, izosebenza kanjani, ifika kanjani to the people on the ground, ukuze abantu bangalobe enkandla. Then bona bareporta nini kuZuma on the monthly basis, after 2 months, after 6 weeks, after kuzosetshenziswana. Asikakakwazi konke lokho, futhi esikuzwile akushiwongo lutho ukuthi kuzodissolve i-National High Command. Akakashiwo lutho. Kuthiwe nje i-National High Command ikhona laba bakhona to be on the ground ukuthi babe yiso nendlebe nomlomo ka-former president uJacob Zuma, ngoba kugwemeka le y'nkinga ezeza kuyo. Ngithe uma ngikhuluma ngoLwesihlanu ngathi le nto eshiwo manje wake wayisho uFloyd, wathi sebethatha isinqumo sokuthi akekho umuntu okufanele aye kwaDakudunuse baye kuPresident Zuma, wazichaza nezizathu. Kwasuka iy'nkulumo ey'ningi, ngenza iphutha ngathi uFloyd upresident we-Africa mayebuye, ngoba uma ngithi uFloyd nje abantu bathi ngi-tribalist mina, ne-tribalism asidluleke lapho, kodwa ngishola ukuthi wake wayisho le nto le. Lesiyenzeka manje ukuthi yena wayengashongo ukuthi kuzoba ne-task team, kodwa wayithe abantu uma beney'nkinga ba-reported through ama-structures. Wayisho njalo ngaphambilini. Angikucaphunela uNhlamulo Ndlela ubekhuluma neNewsroom Africa, sizwe ukuthi yena utheni. Ngicela uzwe la.
I think the right language you use there is perceived to be unstable, or the instability. Let me put it this way to you. Mkhonto weSizwe is a young party, that's known. We are growing exponentially, and we need to put structures in place, especially in light of the local government elections, which are looming, and ensure that we have all hands on deck. Now, having a presidential task team, this is not the first time that such an initiative or such a structure was brought into the organization by the president. This time around, comparatively to what it was initially, it aims to focus, firstly, as the president, you would have heard him say now, a lot of people bring a lot of issues to him.
Yes.
Okay. And also some of those are service delivery related issues, concerns that they may have, and various other issues. But if it means that we have to have concurrent structures working in tandem, for instance, the national officials, the presidential task team, and what you're also seeing, the implementation of the provincial structures. We've just concluded, for instance, the provincial structure in Limpopo, and we are rolling out, that kind of a program with all the other provinces, in strengthening the provinces. And we're having to do this and bring this capacity as quickly as possible in response to, one, the growth, two, to also ensure that, we further strengthen the party's posture. You see, the perception also that I want to clarify, because everyone keeps saying, Umkhonto weSizwe party seems unstable. What about actually Umkhonto weSizwe as a fairly new party is doing everything to strengthen itself and its posture,
sure,
to ensure that it's able to respond and deliver on its mandate as per the people's needs and requests that are being brought to us on a daily basis.
Yeah. Look, I can certainly understand, and resonate perhaps with the notion of the need to change and look at things differently because it's a young party, because of its growth. But it's because people are so used to, let's call it a sense of stability in leadership, for them to believe in a party longer term. That doesn't mean that they don't believe in you. I'm not saying that at all, because clearly the votes say that for themselves, right? But then what happens with, you have an 11-person presidential task team, while you have a 10-person leadership team for the party? How do you ensure that that doesn't get conflated, where one assumes the other? And shouldn't the responsibilities of that part of those leaders as well, from the high command downwards to yourself, for example, isn't that supposed to also be part of the whole conversation, to say we are aiding the leader of the party in ensuring that the messaging, and anytime he cannot attend certain things, you're able to take part in this?
Yeah, you see, Arabile, you can't deal with unconventional situations such as Umkhonto weSizwe party, because Umkhonto weSizwe party in itself is an enigma. It's unheard of. It's never been seen. Anything of this kind of a nature in a project has never been seen before. So you can't use conventional ways of dealing with unconventional circumstances.
What do you mean it hasn't been seen before?
No, well, where have you seen a political party that in 6 months becomes official opposition and garners as much votes, even though it's off the back of a rigged election? We still stand by that. That's a fact. So the unconventional circumstances that Umkhonto weSizwe finds itself as the fastest growing political party, there's nothing wrong with bringing about all hands on deck and bringing about programs and measures that will advance the party and strengthen the party. Sure. And such is the case also with this. As you would have heard, which was mentioned by the chairperson of the presidential task team, is that there's going to be a presidential task team charter, which in effect is being drafted. And of course, naturally, that charter will take into consideration, of course, the leadership, the structure, the constitution, which we're obviously undergoing also a constitutional review as an organization. And all these initiatives are aimed at strengthening the party.
Is that not putting the cart before the horse, though? Because should the charter have not come before the actual task team itself?
No, it's not putting the cart before the horse here. This charter exists.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a matter of how do you now integrate it into the broader perspective in light of their terms of reference. Remember, you have a framework already of the terms of reference, which are defined, and then that will then in effect lead into an effective charter that integrates everything else. And you can't, putting the cart before the horse would be concluding a charter without having engaged and done a proper assessment of the organization. Remember what we also have, which is also important. As Umkhonto weSizwe party, and a very noble comrade of ours, Madume Shoko, wrote a very interesting piece. And he speaks about dynamics of a movement such as ourselves. And he points out that you're going to find those that are opportunists, which we have and we've seen in this organization. And the problem with opportunists is that they come in because they realize that there seems to be instability or lack of discipline, right? And the same with then what you then find those, he calls them lumpen proletariats, right? Who have been marginalized and effectively can easily be manipulated, right? As opposed to which I've now defined, the lumpen bourgeoisie. But then he also touches on the Trojan horses, which is also one of the biggest challenges we've been having to face with all the time as an organization such as ourselves. And the Trojan horses are the ones that come in with an aim to divide and conquer and to take over the organization. So when you're an organization such as ourselves, and these are, examples I'm giving you, they're not new to Umkhonto we Sizwe Party.
No, of course not.
But they're very prevalent.
Yeah.
And if it means that bringing structures such as this and strengthening the party, means that we bring in advisory committees, we strengthen the integration thereof with the National High Command, the leadership and the Presidential Task Team, so be it.
Yeah.
Because we need to ensure that we survive. We're the only left, by the way.
Yeah.
And surviving, unlike the former liberation movement.
Look, we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Look, I'm going to cut you, unfortunately, only because we, unfortunately, do have to pay the bills, just a little bit. But we're going to continue with the chat in just a moment. So we're going to take a short break. I'll be back with the spokesperson for the MK Party in just a moment. Nhlamulo Ndlela joining us in studio. All right, we're still joined by the MK Party spokesperson, Nhlamulo Ndlela, as we talk about the presidential task team that has now been put in place by President Jacob Zuma, the leader of the MK Party. Nhlamulo, again, we were just talking about this beforehand, before we went to this break, and you were just talking about the key aspects in between your party that you've had to deal with as a young political party at this time as well. Do you think you've built capacity in different positions in order to grow yourselves as a party, as this young party, to strengthen these certain parts that you feel perhaps are missing? And is that the reason then for this presidential task team, to say the leadership of the party may come in future from these people that we identify?
I see what you're insinuating. But, we need not read more than what I'm saying.
Are you sure?
About what's being done here. Strengthening the party is exactly that, strengthening the party.
Okay.
And we've always said that we'll deploy comrades where we believe they're best suited. And it's just said that, in actual fact, it works to our advantage, the fact that we've got the flexibility to be able to deploy comrades as and when we need to. You see, part of the biggest problem with, for instance, the former liberation movement is that people are there and they become cozy and they're comfortable because they're appointed by branches. And they do so, to the detriment of, the ideology, their policies, and even the people that they're supposed to represent. Everyone refers to Umkhonto we Sizwe, well, we are unstable. This country is unstable. And who governs that? The GNU.
Yeah.
If you look at the GNU, what's happening right now, each of those parties that are represented in the GNU, there's instability. And these are people that are supposed to be leading us.
Sure.
And it's interesting that everyone wants to speak about Umkhonto we Sizwe being unstable. But the country is unstable itself. The country it's going down the doldrums. And it's a fact. And then you're finding, political parties, because of policy posture and a dichotomy, total opposite ends of policy posture, fighting as opposed to serving the people. But they want to come and tell Umkhonto we Sizwe and focus on Umkhonto we Sizwe. But clearly, maybe we shouldn't blame them. Umkhonto we Sizwe is the fastest growing political party, and of course it is the threat. It is the number one enemy to the GNU. So strengthening, and again, here's the thing, let me ask the following. If you look at Umkhonto we Sizwe, just for instance in Parliament, and even in terms of the leadership, if you look at some of the leaders in Umkhonto we Sizwe, majority of them have been CEOs of state-owned entities. And during their tenure, those state-owned entities performed. The president himself, if you look at the stats in terms of his presidency compared to now, we did well as a country. We never had the loans. We never had austerity budgets. If you look at, even in Parliament, some of the members that represent us there.
But there's another one.
Now,
who's
what
in,
I want
who's
to
in-
ask,
who's in court right now.
which I'd want to
similar
which I'd want to ask you is the following: give me any other political party that can show you a leader or leadership that's as strong as ours, that has got a proven track record from president coming down. Give me one.
But aren't all of them from a former liberation movement themselves, as you made note of?
But I'm saying to you, if they are going to be talking about, for instance, that Mkhonto we Sizwe may not have capacity, we're unstable.
Sure.
No, there's no such thing.
Okay.
Our leadership is strong, and we're well poised, and in terms of our posture as well, to govern. I mean, if they were to say Mkhonto we Sizwe, we need to take over tomorrow. Well, of course, we've got the capacity to do so. So it's more than
what
anything
portfolio
else.
are you taking? What
There's
portfolio are
more-
you taking?
Me.
Yeah.
I'm not taking any portfolio. As you'd have seen, you've known what my role has
come
been, and I
on.
continue to play the role that I
Future
do.
leader of the party. Some would say Duduzane Zuma, now being put in this presidential task team, could possibly be the future leader of this party.
Is that what you are
No, I'm asking. I'm
saying?
just asking. Could that be a possibility? Is that true? Is that a supposition somebody might be making up, etc., etc.? What are your thoughts?
Duduzane Zuma has been appointed to play a role in the political task team, as is the case with other people that have been appointed in that political task team, as is the case with other members that have been identified to play roles in the various other regions, leadership roles, including in parliament. Remember, we're still all deployees. And I always say that we are all deployees. No one is permanent in Mkhonto we Sizwe. The only person that we could say is permanent is the president. No one is permanent.
Sure.
And that's important as well, because then South Africans can know that, if we're not happy, we're not going to wait for 5 years. We're going to make a call now and put pressure and say, Mkhonto we Sizwe, you're not performing here. And we'll certainly adapt. Because remember, we're here because of the people. We're appointed by them. So let's not read too much into what you're saying. I mean, at one point it was his sister that we were saying, is she going to... So was that the case? So I think it's important that, people understand that this is a political party. It's a movement of the people. And it's the people that will make that determination in terms of how we move forward.
So this movement is ready for the local government elections then? Wherever they may be later this year?
The last time I checked, they were asking, is this movement even ready for even more than 5% leading up to national government elections?
Yeah.
And look what happened. So we are well positioned. If you look at the stats and how we've performed, remember every single percent that we got in the by-elections, that alone is a gain for us because we've never participated in by-elections, never participated in local government elections. So is Mkhonto we Sizwe well positioned? We're well positioned. Are we 100% ready? Not yet.
Okay.
We can't say we're 100% ready. There's still a lot of work that's going to be done, and parts of that, like I said, you'd have seen obviously with the announcement.
Sure.
And there's going to be further announcements. We are going to be bringing, like I said, unconventional solutions and approaches and programs that this country's never seen.
Unconventional is one word. There's so many other words.
Yeah.
I think so many other commentators have certainly put forward in the very same desk. Tlamulo, always good chatting to you. Thank you so much. You're always willing to actually, I suppose, share the dichotomy of the MK party and what that looks like. Tlamulo Ndlela is
Ngicela ukuze ukuphala kwakho-ke la comment section ngizwe ukuthi wena ubona kanjani lonke lolu daba sixoxa ngalo nje la namuhla nalento le eshiwo uNhlamulo Ndlela ngoba ngathi iyaphambana nale eshiwo uKhumalo. Asazi-ke ukuthi ubani okhuluma iqiniso phakathi kwabo bobabili, phakathi kaKhumalo noNhlamulo Ndlela. Ngicela ukuze ukuphawula kwakho mhlambe akudidekanga mina ngedwa ukuthi ukuthathaphi lokukhuluma uKhumalo athi uThweni Yengeni, uMagasela Mzobe sebe-replace-iwe labantu, nanokuthi kubantu abawu-11 abakhethiwe as i-presidential task team uyedwa nje umuntu obalulekile nokuyena ohamba phambili uDuduzane. Angazi noma kwenziwa ngoba engwakwaZuma na. Inye iqiniso efuneka silikhulume ngelinye ilanga elithi abantu bathi mabe nengxabano nemindeni yabo noma bebona imindeni yabo ingenakho ukuzwana bese befuna ukuthatha leyo nto leyo bayifake kubo wonke abantu abaphila eSouth Africa. Kujwayelekile futhi kuvamisile ukuthi uma ngabe kukhona umuntu osebenza ekampanini thizeni ebese banesikhundla, isikhundla sakhe simvumela ukuthi aka-influence ekuqashweni kabantu ukuthi lowo muntu lo simbone ethatha amalungu omndeni wakhe wafaka emsebenzini. Kujwayelekile lokho, siyakwazi. Lokho nje kujwayelekile, siyakwazi. Okunye kwesibili engifuna ukukubeka ukuthi lana njengoba kukhona Walter Sisulu, kukhona noLindiwe Sisulu, bonke labantu bawumndeni. Bakhona nabanye abangaqamile abawumndeni wabo, kodwa abakuyo inhlangano le abakuyo. Ngakho-ke lokho kwenzeka lapho ukuthi kube khona iy'khundla, hhayi zonke, kube khona iy'khundla ezinikwa abantu abangakwazi uma ngesibongo. Angikuboni kuyinto entsha ngoba yinto esivamisile ukuyibona. Ukuthi nje engingaqaphela ngenxa yokuthi abanye abantu uma bebuka i-situation yenzeka kwenye indawo abayi-analyze ngokwenzeka kwe-situation, bayi-analyze ngobubona ngesingabo, ngoba yena engeke abantu bakube bafake emsebenzini mayinethuba. Ukafise sengathi bekungenzeke kuwo wonke umuntu mhlawumbe ukuthi athathe abakuba abafake emsebenzini. Mina angiliboni iphutha uma ngabe noma ngathi uDuduzane unikwa yiphi iposition. Engani bakhona abanye abangewona umndeni, kukhona uSibonelo Nomvalo, kukhona uSikhosana, ngikhuluma nje ngalabo engibaziyo, kukhona oNchabeleng kwi-portfolio committee le-petroleum. Bonke labo bantu labo baphume ey'bongweni ezehlukene. Kwi-presidential task team eqokiwe kunabantu abawu-11 uyedwa wakwaZuma. Kodwa yonke lento seyijikile yakhuluma ngoZuma efaka umndeni wakhe, le party seyolawulwa umndeni wakhe. Bantu base-South Africa, ingakaqali nokusebenza le-presidential task team ayikakenzi lutho. Yazi kuhle, ingakho ngithe kuhle ukuthi uma kuzokhulunywa esinye isikhathi ke kulandwa abantu abanolwazi. Futhi mina-ke ngumuntu ongasheshi ukuphawula, ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi izinto mayihlelwa noma sezenzeka kuba into ezimbili ezehlukene. Kuyenzeka uhlele kahle kodwa into mayisiyenzeka ingenzeki ngendlela wena obuhlele ngayo. Kuyenzeka lokho, siyakwazi. Ingakho-ke ngithi ngicela ukuza ukuphala kwakho la comment section. Ngalo kalokho mina nawe bese sidibana kwivideo elandelayo. Ngiyabonga.